Arunan, Honorable Lajpati Rai, my friend Ghulam Muhammad, Umar Sharif, and friends. At the outset, in the beginning, I apologize to you that I can't speak in Tamil. So I'll make my brief speech in English. Kindly bear with me. I don't want to speak much about my book, what the book contains, because I think Ghulam Muhammad has almost covered the entire book. The book, though the name of the book is Who Killed Karkare, after reading the book, one gets an impression that it is only about the Bombay attack. But this is only a symbolic name. It symbolizes, it doesn't only mean that one Karkare was killed by a group of people. It means that ideals in this society are being killed by perverted ideologies. So we should look at this book from this point of view. This book contains many subjects. It can be studied at many levels. It gives the history, brief history of communal riot, how the series of riots started, why they were started, since when they started. So it is about the communal history, then it is about the bogey of terrorism. Bogey of terrorism, I am saying only the rumors of Muslim terrorism were intentionally raised. With the help of the media and with the help of the IB, both have been Brahmanized over the last few years, over the last about 50-60 years. Then there is a chapter dealing with the series of bomb blasts that took place and their investigation. How the bomb blasts took place, how the investigations were taken to different tracks. And even when the local police were investigating correctly, how the track was changed. Then there are some chapters dealing with the real investigation of bomb blasts. There is one self-detected case that is of Nanded, and that Nanded case we can say is a turning point in the history of Indian communalism. Then started the episode of Karkare. Karkare, after he took over as the chief of ATS in January 2008, he took over the investigation of Malegaon bomb blast, and he exposed so many things. Nobody, under the present circumstances, under the system in which we work, nobody would dare what Karkare did. So at the end of the lecture, I am going to make some requests, and one of the requests will be in respect of Karkare that I will be coming to at the end. So Karkare has done such a wonderful work that not only Muslims but all Indians should remain indebted to him, should remember him throughout our lives and lives to come. Then why he was targeted, and when taking advantage of the real terror attack, there was a real terror attack. The information was definite, and how taking advantage of the terror attack he was killed. Then how the investigation of that attack also was taken over by the IB, and it was taken to a different direction. So many things. Then how Maharashtrian Brahmins One more thing I'll try to explain to you. I have never used the word Brahmin. I have used the word Brahmanis, because Brahmanis is a very small section. Small sections of Brahmins and even some non-Brahmins who believe in this system and who believe that Brahmin is a very higher caste. The caste is by birth, and they are destined to rule this country, rule this world. So the persons who nurture this ideology are the Brahmanis. Kindly do not mix Brahmanists and Brahmins, because there are many Brahmins who are secular, there are many Brahmins who are patriots, real patriots. For example, Karkare. Karkare himself is a Brahmin. The hero of this book himself is a Brahmin. And the person whom I have referred in my book repeatedly as communal and Brahminist, that is Raghuvanshi, is not a Brahmin. So this difference you should understand. If you understand this difference, then you will enjoy my book. Now people are trying to misguide the people, saying that this book is against Brahmins. Whoever tries to tell you this, please ask him who was Karkare. Was he not a Brahmin? So this is one thing. And then I have written a chapter against IB. IB is the premier intelligence agency of this country. Everything is practically managed by IB. Our government may be central, may be state. They have only the torsos, नीचे का धड़ है, सर दिमाग जो है वो IB का है. So everything is managed, everything is done by the IB, and people do not understand. The best of politicians, the best of bureaucrats, the senior most of the IAS officers don't understand how they are being misled every day, day in and day out. So that is the unfortunate part of our Indian polity. Our internal security, our external affairs, our defense, they are being managed by them. Their intention is to create misunderstanding about Muslims amongst the common Hindus. Common Hindus are a very innocent lot. They are easily be taken in, or they are easily be deceived. Taking advantage of the fact that common Hindus are a very straightforward and innocent people, they misguide them. They prejudice their minds against Muslims and make them fight against themselves, so that they can maintain their hegemony, they can maintain their supremacy over the society as they did in the past. There were many social reformers were working, and they were educating the people. Mahatma Phule, Jyotiba Phule of Maharashtra is one of them. After few years, after Jyotiba Phule, Periyar Ramaswamy came. Then in Maharashtra itself, 3-4 more leaders were there, and they were educating the people that for the misery of common people, for the misery of farmers, for the misery of laborers, only Brahminists are responsible. And people were getting awakened. So Brahminists started thinking that tomorrow, if the British go away, then these common Hindus, they will come in power and they will not spare us. They will take revenge. And that is why some Brahminists thought of this great idea. They said, if you want to survive, And if you want to have your hold as in the past, you have to make these common Hindus run against Muslims. On the other hand, now these Brahmanes are provocating common Hindus against Muslims. They say that these people ruled, they converted and they persecuted common Hindus. They should now burn their houses. But when they were actually ruling for 700 years, these same Brahmins, they were working as their administrators. They were in their darbars. So, the point I am trying to tell you is this is a planned series of riots. So that aspect I have taken in chapter 1. Then they started the bogey of terrorism. When they found that people have realized that Brahmanis have been unnecessarily and intentionally provoking the riots, then they started the bogey of Muslim terrorism by giving false information, false intelligence reports in the newspapers. That I have given in my chapter 2. And they say that there is some sort of big Muslim terrorism taking place or taking shape in India. I have tried to tell them that in the history of the world, whenever there was real terrorism, the terrorists did not spare the persons who opposed them, who did not agree with their viewpoint or who tried to snub them. You take any terrorist history of terrorism in India, in the world. What to speak of the world? Even if we take the example from India, 3 great leaders were killed by terrorists. First was Mahatma Gandhi, who was called by RSS terrorists only because he did not agree to the Brahmanical system of the society. Whenever there was real terrorism, if somebody tries to suppress them or somebody opposes them, they kill them or they try to kill them. But if had there been real terrorism in India, as has been portrayed, they would have at least tried to kill somebody. But some of our leaders are criticizing Muslim terrorism day in and day out. But there is not a single attempt on these leaders. And these people know there is no real terrorism, and that is why they go on giving hate Muslim speeches. We the people, and I have a lot of expectation from the people of South, because unfortunately South has remained away from Brahmanism, the Brahmanism that exists in the North. At least there are no communal riots. There may be stray here and there, but not large-scale riots. But that doesn't mean that these Brahmanis will keep quiet. They will definitely try to provoke riots. They will definitely try to come here. There are no rightist parties here because there are no riots. Whenever there are riots, they gain political power. And as they have you have not allowed them entry in the South, and that is why the South has remained peaceful. So I will request you to please do not allow these elements to enter your states. If you don't allow them to enter, the peace will be maintained. But there is a responsibility on the part of Muslims and on the part of other Hindus. Especially I request Muslims not to give them a chance to provoke the common Hindus to do something against you. Common Hindus, as I told you, is an innocent lot. They are very good people. But these people unnecessarily instigate them and try to provoke or foment riots. If they try to do so, kindly don't be get provoked and do some reaction that will aggravate the riots. If some such incident unfortunately takes place, you do not react blindly. Please understand, if some riot unfortunately, Khuda na khasta, takes place, do not go against the people who are throwing the stones. They are only the hands. You try to find where the brain lies, where is the brain. If you react against those people, those common people, then the situation will not improve. This is one request I would like to make to you people if unfortunately some such thing takes place. But best thing, not to allow them entry in your state. Second point that I wanted to appeal to you in respect of Karkare that I told you in the beginning. Karkare has done a great job because these Abhinav Bharat and these rightist elements, as Mr. Ghulam Mohammed told you, they were planning to overthrow this government, overthrow this constitution, and to have their own, not Hindu government, Hindu Rashtra. They wanted to have Aryavart Hindu Rashtra. So the message was very clear that the state that they were wanting to create, there was no place for common Hindus. There was no place even plus common Brahmins. It was only controlled and meant for Brahmins. So such a plan, such a dangerous plan was exposed by Karkare by endangering his own life. When he was doing it, he was knowing he is not going to survive for long. But in spite of that, he exposed whatever was possible and put up before us. Otherwise, our constitution would have gone, or within few years, there would have been a Brahminist nation here in place. Therefore, I say, Karkare has saved this country, Karkare has saved this constitution. So, you all people of your state should make an appeal to the central government and the President of India. I have mentioned this in my book also, that Karkare, Hemant Karkare be conferred Bharat Ratna. No less. He should be given Bharat Ratna. And then only justice will be done to him. And there is lot of justification for Bharat Ratna. Whatever he has done during his short life, nobody has done so far. So that is my one request. Second request, as I told you, to be very good to your common Hindu friends, to be friendly with them, have social contacts. Third request, again I repeat, please don't allow rightist parties to enter your state. Then your state will remain peaceful. So if you want to learn some lessons from my books, these are the 3 lessons that I want to give you. So kindly read this book. Mr. Ghulam Mohammed and his team, there are 4 or 5 persons, because he is a very good leader and he is a very good person, and he has done a lot of efforts, I know. So I have nothing more to say. So I thank you all for arranging such a great function and calling me, and again thank you for your hospitality, and my special thanks to Mr. Ghulam Mohammed and his team. Thank you very much.